Hi everybody, Shari here, still in Costa Rica at the Dr. Graham retreat, entering the last 2 weeks of the fasting retreat, refeeding people. Today I'm going to make burgers, veggie burgers for the staff. So basically, in my lovely bowl here, I have chopped up, 1/2-inch slices of celery. There's 3 bunches of celery, 5 carrots, and 2 medium-sized zucchini. I might end up chopping these finer, but this is the bowl that's full of the base of the veggie burger. The fat that I'm using today, number 1 is avocado, and I have 1 onion that I use, and then I had some almonds and a little tahini left over, not a lot, but I'm putting that in here tonight as well. Instead of using 2 avocados, I'm using 1 avocado and a combination of these 2. I normally stick with 1 nut or 2 or 3 avocados, but I like to use my leftovers as well. So for the first part of the burger mix, you need the base, the creaminess, so when you pulse all of the burger mix, it's got to come together somehow. It has to congeal. So that's what the fat is for. So the first part is you just put all this in here. And I'm going to put this. Done with that. And then I add my spice. So this is an Italian spice. All right. And then I have a little bit of garlic powder. And I'm going to put a tad of curry. This curry gives it a nice touch, along with the Italian, and that's it. Bam. Very simple. And then you are actually going to hit the on button on the Cuisinart. This is going to be pulsed. I don't want this fine because it'll turn into water. I don't want water. I want something that I can mold. So I'm just going to turn this on. So because there's different textures, I'm going to pulse it so I can get the outer stuff into the middle blade. It's still chunky. It'll fold in there. Just gotta wait a minute. There we go. See, like right in the hole there. Looks pretty creamy to me. I'm gonna give it another turn. Just push whatever's popping up on the side back down into the base. And one more time. There we go. And that's it, my friends. So it's a nice, thick, creamy consistency. That's exactly what we want. And now, just gonna take it out. Ooh, that's gonna be tasty. It's a little thicker, right? Because of the almond. It's perfectly fine. I typically, like I said, just use the avocados. Some people like to add sesame seeds or sunflower seeds. I personally don't want extra seeds, but it is delicious. So you do what you like. So it's a little bit thicker. So if you have a better tool than a spatula, I do at home. It's a little baking scraper. It works really well. But this works. And I don't have to get it all out, right? Because by the time I put the other vegetables in there, it's gonna clean out the processor. But I do need this as my base. All right, that's it for that. Okay, so that's part one, this is part two. So it's a mixture of all the vegetables, right? We already did our spice, and we did our fat. Oopsie, excuse me. So I'm not gonna fill it all the way up because eventually it will be an uneven pulse of the vegetable size. So. See how much smaller they're getting? I still want to go in the side and push that down. I don't want to pulverize it though. I don't want the celery to turn into water because then it'll be soupy and that'll ruin it. That's it. Nice sizes, and you'll see if you have any big clumps when it comes out, you just throw it back in the bowl. So let's just take these out. See that size? Perfect. I love it. I mean, you can just eat this as a salad. That's how good it is. So if you end up saying, I don't want to do burgers, I just want to make the burger mix, you can alternate it. You can make patties, you can make balls, you can make a beet loaf, whatever you want, okay? So that's what we're gonna do with this entire bowl. Push your blade back down. Handful. I'm just gonna do 2 handfuls just to be on the safe side of consistency. It's about 12 pulses typically on this machine. And again, and it's nice if you have someone with you, helping you, because then they can start mixing this up while you're blending. Either way, it's all good. Push that back down again. You know, and if you have a garden at home or pigs, you can just compost everything when you're cutting all of these vegetables up. And there's a pig farm here, so anything that I don't use goes into that bucket and the pigs get it. Don't ask me what happens to the pigs later. I don't want to know. But at least we're feeding them really well. And we appreciate having that big bucket and all the support we get here for the amount of food and, you know, compost foods that we make. Okay, a couple more. The zucchinis are bigger. Okay, perfect. You can peel your zucchinis if you want. I didn't. I've done this with cabbage and beet and cauliflower. You can do it with lettuce. It's pretty amazing. So why am I making so much? Well, I'm feeding 9 adults who exercise every day and earn their meals. So nobody's turned down a burger yet. So. All right, so something like this size is not gonna work. Just gonna leave it out. All right, let's just do 2 small ones. Okay. Coming along very nicely, just what we want. I don't care if the blade falls in. Okay. And then we're on to our last one. And basically, it's not that labor intensive, and it's fun, especially if you get people to help you. All right, this is the last bit going in. You don't need salt on the salt, just some spice. Ready? And we're done. Okay. Okie dokie. Just clean all that off as much as possible. Okay. Okay. Now we can go on to step 2 of making our burgers. So we're gonna go outside, all right? So you gotta get down in the bottom. And at the very end, we just do a couple balls. I mean, you can use your hands if you want to do this, but the first time you do it, you're like, oh, that's a lot of work. And since you're making it, you get to taste it. I haven't tasted it yet. But I haven't made a batch I didn't like. So you see how it's coming together now? Because then you can form it. If you use the beet, it makes it look like meat. So we call it, you know, beet loaf, or looks a little red. It's just a play on words, right? Just a play on words. Okay, so that's looking nice and creamy. And I'll just show you a couple of what it looks like, okay? And then that's all you do. So I'm actually going to taste it. So it's not spicy, it's creamy. So this is just another way to do it. I could put more garlic, more cumin, whatever, more Italian in there, but I really like it like this. And then this burger is going to accompany, like we're gonna do a chayote salad. So the chayote, tomato and onion with lime. So that's gonna bring another set of flavors to the table. And then we'll have a salad or a soup. So we'll have a nice combination. We're not doing French fries. We could though, but I won't have enough room on the dehydrator. That's the only thing. When you plan your meals, you gotta figure out how much space you have in your dehydrator. So anyway, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna really pack it. Really pack this in there. And then take it. Now, some people like to pack it super high. This is how Doug likes to pack them. He likes a big burger. So I just say, do you. Do the size you want, okay? But you've got to really get it in there. And then when you come here, you're going to press. And then you're gonna lift this up and slide it out. Now, I can make it pretty and take all the ends like this. That's beauty. That's very good. So now I'm gonna show you another size. Because I don't really need a burger that big. I usually just like eat a half a burger. Maybe a full burger. But this takes a little practice because you're not used to pushing all this in, cleaning it up, okay? But it's in there nicely. I'm coming down, pushing, See the difference in size in that one? But it's still gonna come out super nice. I'll do one more. So the trick is to really pushing it down in there. Coming back. Okay, and I can put three in a row here. Okay, that one got a little caught. You just flatten it out. Push it over a little bit. Doesn't really matter if they're touching because they're gonna dehydrate and get a teeny bit smaller. So let me show you what a ball looks like. This is a nice consistency. So you're gonna put it in your hand and you're gonna feel the moisture in this, and then you're just gonna throw it back and forth. I guess that's what they used to do with meatballs. I don't know, I never made spaghetti and meatballs from scratch at home. And that's a ball. And so it's certainly up to you what you want to do. It's super fun. And I will put this in the dehydrator from now until, 5:30. It's the last thing that I put out on the spread for the meal. And I will put it in this dehydrator, an Excalibur, and I'll put it initially in the orange between 125 and 35 for the first couple hours, and then I'll turn it back down to here. In the middle of the day I gotta flip it, so maybe I can show you that later. So that's it. Doesn't take too long. You've got to clean and prep your vegetables, and you have to play with it to get the exact consistency you want. Don't worry about it. Play with it, taste it, see how you like it, and it's delicious. Hi everybody, so now we're gonna look at the burgers and we're gonna flip them. So they've been in here since 11 a.m. or so. Turn my heat down, let's see. So these burgers are going here. And I'm gonna get the other ones out. Ooh, that's some big burgers. We have all different sizes today. So all we do let me get my tray ready. Okay, so we're feeling pretty good here. I just don't want to touch them because I could break them, right? So I'm just going to take it like this. And 1, 2, 3, flip. Take that off. So you see, just got to finish it and it'll be perfect. All right, I'm gonna put this one back in on the third shelf. I'm gonna turn my heat down to 115. 115. I'm going to take the tray I just used, right? I'm gonna put it back on here. 1, 2, 3, flip. Take that off, and there we go. So if you cook it all day on high heat, they're going to get really crunchy. So it's crunchy on the outside, but moist on the inside. So everyone likes them a little differently. If you keep it on low all day, they will be maybe a little bit like sloppy joes. I kind of like it like this, so a little bit more dehydrated and yet a little creamy. So I'm happy with how they turned out. They smell wonderful, and I have enough for everybody. So we're just gonna put this back in, and then I'll take it out at 5:30. I do have other things in the dehydrator, like I made some more little banana pancakes. What else? So just some leftovers from lunch, and that's it. super, super easy. I hope you try it at home. If you have any questions, let me know.